Hey guys, it's Crispy. I'm here to review the movie AntMan Quantumania. This is a continuation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It started since 2008, and we're at Phase 5 now, I think, in Marvel. Um, and this is also the introduction of the big bad, the next Thanos, you would say, I guess. Kang the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors. Very brilliantly, too. He did a really, really good job. Um, and I think that's something that I would always say about many of these Marvel movies is that the performances are always really, really good. I think I don't think that many I mean, there are some actors that fucking suck, but like for the most part, everybody in these Marvel movies, especially the leads, they're always really good. There's never really a falter with that with me. The problem with the Marvel movies for me is the writing, the narrative decisions that they choose to take, and I think it's because they're all connected. So they have to bring in characters from other movies. They have to introduce a character to promote a TV show, like shit like that. Because the Marvel Cinematic Universe has branched out and have become way more other things, And so if this property's happening, this other property's happening, they gotta kind of blend in at some point. And for me, it starts to convolute the series, the Marvel wowness to it. There was a wow factor back then to superheroes kind of working together. Like, oh, this guy's from this movie and this guy's from this movie, and they both exist in the same. Now we don't fucking care. And I feel like that wow factor is starting to wear off. And unfortunately, that's something that I gotta say about Quantum Mania is that it's not offering anything new. It's also not offering anything to keep me personally invested into watching these movies any further, to be honest with you. Like, there's nothing popping off. And that's part of the excitement that used to be Marvel, is that they would push the envelope and actually show you how to do these universes right. And at this point, I think it's not really working that much anymore, because there's so much going on. There's so much media to ingest, especially when it has to do with Marvel, that it's like, how much time are you going to be able to invest with it and have fun with it at the same time? This movie tries to be fun. It tries to be funny, but it's not. It's not that funny. A lot of the jokes don't hit. Sometimes the movie also tries to get serious, but then they underplay it with jokes. Like there's a scene where a character dies, and then right afterwards, a punchline, and it's like, was that necessary? And it's not. It's not necessary. I mean, it would be funny if it was effective, but that's the problem. Is that I felt that a lot of these punch ups in the script of this film, which is a $100 million movie, it's not that good, and I really do believe it's because they have a schedule. They got to crank it out. A lot of things go wrong in movie productions, so they do the best with what they have, and they have the studio that they shoot in. It's got so much machinery in it that's able to polish everything up. So they polish it up. They do the best they can. They try improvisation, and then they make a movie. And that's what Quantum Mania is. Unfortunately, for me, it's just another cog in a Marvel machine. It's got nothing special to offer. It's got no new concepts to it that's gonna hold your interest. You're better off watching the Loki TV show, and you'll have a better experience than this one. I'm sorry to say, and I really wish I could say something, because this was the cinematic introduction of Jonathan Majors. He did a great job. He is incredible in this movie. He's actually a reason to watch this movie if you really, really want to, because he really gives his all in this role, and I really appreciated that, because I was really fucking bored. Like, it was 40 minutes into the movie and I was already checking out. I was like, man, I'm just gonna put my brain right here and just throw it. But when he came in, he got my interest again, because he had motives that were understandable, and that part of the movie was actually really good, which I can't spoil. But there's a part that the movie kind of turns around, and it gives you a different perspective of what's actually going on, and then the stakes become very high, because you understand how dangerous a person like Kang is. Like, what are you gonna do? Um, and I think they dealt with that pretty well. But at the same time, I'm gonna be real with you. This movie's a little bit more than half bad for me. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I wish I would have. It's kind of a disappointment, because I felt like they would at least die down a little bit of the humor, unlike unlike all their other movies. I'm not the shit on those movies too. I think this is the worst Ant Man movie out of the three, in my opinion. But yeah, other than that, great performances from Jonathan Majors, Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael, Michael Douglas, and yeah, just a fun Marvel movie if you want to watch. You love movies with special effects. Have a good time watching AntMan. For me personally, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I wish I did. I'm gonna give this movie 6 out of 10. Bacon strips, and tell me how you thought about the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm sorry for my dog. There's a cat outside, so he's freaking out. So I gotta calm him down. I'm gonna do another review after this one. Hope you guys stay tuned for that. All right, love y'all.